Welcome back from the break. You're watching NewsX and I am Madhavi Latha. A private school in Hyderabad has come under scrutiny after the parents of a class 2 Hindu student alleged that their 6-year-old son was asked to learn Islamic prayers as part of his homework, triggering a controversy and demands for an official inquiry. According to the family, the child returned home with a homework diary containing instructions to read the first and second Kalma and Fateh. The parents said that they questioned the school management, arguing that no student should be compelled to participate in religious instructions that is contrary to their faith. The child's aunt, who shared the incident in a video, alleged that similar entries had been made in the diary on earlier occasions before being struck off. She claimed that the school initially described the assignment as a mandatory religious practice for all students, but later said that it had been written by mistake. Joining us to take this conversation forward is a very special guest, Ms. Madhavi Latha, BJP leader, joins us on the broadcast. Ma'am, appreciate you taking out time speaking to us on NewsX. And your first thoughts. What is your understanding of what's happened in the school?
See, actually, in your entire description, you wonderfully have quoted two very, very important points. First point is that the child's parents, it's not the first time that they have been facing something like this. Not written specifically in a diary, but then the kid was asked to go through this learning of Kalma previously also. But now that now the teacher has gone to the extent of writing it in a diary. Now, second point that you very wonderfully you've quoted that the teacher has been told by the management that it shall be mandatory for everybody. You think that just like that the management would, out of a mistake, would say the sentence? When a management brings on teachers on the board and explains them what to be taught, what not to be taught. If I'm not wrong, the entire Indian education system runs on B.Ed and M.Ed courses, Bachelor of Education, where they are trained and taught what exact to be done, not to be done by the rules, by the guidelines of the government and by the constitution. Because the state education also falls under the state list. It comes under state matriculation. There's a 10th class. The whole school falls into it because they do have high school also. What does it specifically tell us? That the teacher also has been framed into the whole thing. Now you may ask, how can she be framed? Because she thinks she has been mentally tuned, trained. This is how it happens by these institutions. Taught that this is part of the job, part of a very noble work, and they have to teach everybody. They don't think much on that. That's just a second class teacher, a poor teacher. How does it matter if she's a Muslim? It is a bread and butter. That is the money on which her children live, survive. Now simply what did they do? They washed out their hands by removing her from the job. If they have not given her the enough guts, courage, instructions to do, why would a simple teacher do this to the extent that losing a job? This is very clear for all of us to understand that it's not the teacher who actually has become a victim should be punished, because it is directly success school, its management, its board members, its trustees, its funding wherever it comes, who have properly in all consciousness have ensured to target Hindu children, take them for the admissions, and once they get admitted into the schools, then you start targeting them to get converted. So you need somebody. कोई तो बकरा चाहिए ना ये काम करने के लिए. एक गरीब मुसलमान महिला बकरा है वहाँ पर. She has been with the target, while every Hindu kid is a target. In fact, now, for the first time at least, we all should question the institution. Why is the institution doing it? Nobody will budge into your house, my house, and do whatever they want, right? So how can the teacher do whatever she wants in a school?
Right. On that note, I do want to understand from you, do you think a larger inquiry is required on the school and its administration as far as this case is concerned?
It's not just this school alone. The conspiracy is much bigger than what we just are listening and seeing. The conspiracy is far beyond than this. You please tell me. Most of us are educated in Hindu schools. When I'm saying Hindu school, is school run by Hindu families or Hindu management, a Hindu person. But we were never forced even to read Hindu scriptures in schools. Leave alone even asking other religions to read. We were never asked to read. We were only taught simple math, science, chemistry, biology, whatever, education, because that is what under constitution all of us are abided to do. And we have done and we have learnt and we have come out. What should be a specific agenda? Is the agenda just to make all Hindu kids read Kalma or go to the next level? Because for all your kind information, just adjacent to it, there is a very newly constructed mosque. There is also high school in this. There are a lot of Hindu children studying there. So is it the conversion? Okay, does it stop here? Is it changing the overall dressing pattern of the girls once they go to high schools? Does it stop here? Why are we not questioning these? It's not about the teacher. The management very smartly has put the teacher on the forefront so that we all discuss about teacher, we discuss about Hindu Muslim. Is it religion or a conspiracy? Is there any religious political interest behind this? Are any sponsors, funders working behind the names of such schools? Do they want to create distrust there? Do they want to shatter the peace in Hyderabad constituency? What? Why yet government has not reacted on this school?
Right.
Why if the teacher can be rusticated and removed from these so quick action, then why isn't government not yet holding on to their permission because it is against the constitution of this country?
Madhiji, I want to understand. Absolutely.
Please.
I do want to understand from you, why is Hyderabad MP Asaduddin Oisi not speaking about this incident? Why is he mum till now?
Maybe he gets some sponsorship from this. Who knows? That's exactly why I'm saying is there has to be an investigation on this. Why? Because he is the guy who tells repeatedly, right? Hindus also vote me. Hindus also vote me. If Hindus are voting you, and in your constituency, if Hindus are a minority, because you openly know, it's not a hidden fact that the number of Hindus are less than the number of Muslims. So in your constituency, now Hindus are minorities. You have accepted 110 times that Hindus have voted you. And it is a small little baby, Hindu baby who has suffered. So what are you trying to do then? There has to be some kind of a benefit, which they're all reaping on the name of a mask facade called school. So that is what we need to bring it out. Because this is not the first school. This is not the first time. Nobody wants to speak on these lines. It's a bigger conspiracy than this. That's how they're all connected to each other.
Right. I want to understand from you, ma'am, because I said this earlier also at some point, a 6 to 7 year old child is very impressionable. Should all students of this school undergo free counseling? What trauma would they have been put through?
See, you are saying right now that should we attend or put into rehabilitation the kid who has taken drugs? Maybe yes, but I am saying that what will you do, the drug supplier? We are always on a defense, right? Constantly we are on defense. Yes, children do require. I am not denying the point. When will you attack? When will you start thinking how do you stop these drug peddlers these kind of fanatic peddlers who are working against the country? Is it not anti-national act? Anti-national doesn't mean, you're working on some other religion to spoil it or to curb it. No. Anti-national means you're going against the constitution, the law of the land. They are going against the law of the land. They are going against a small child's free will to work on their identity. You are going against the fundamental rights of the constitution. Now, who is going to pick up this point? You have used a poor Muslim woman, her poverty, her religious love. You've used it. Maybe what you framed on her, God knows. Maybe what kind of a bribe you've given her, God knows. What did you try to, buy her with? God knows. Is this act not a wrong act?
Right.
The intentions are not wrong. The conspiracy is not wrong. The framing of it is not wrong. And whom did they frame? Innocent common man. A kid, parents, huge fraternity. And simply how did you try to get away with it? Wash away your hands by removing a poor Muslim woman from job. So you constantly know how to use poor Muslims, their poverty, their love for religion. For what sake? For some of your hidden agenda and your selfish needs. I don't know, what is it?
Right. I do want to understand from you, do you think the Revanth Reddy government needs to acknowledge this and expedite the investigation?
It's their responsibility. What is the education minister doing? What is Secretary for Higher Education doing? Is this not against the law of the land? Anywhere is it shown that a kid of another faith can be forced to do this? Is it written anywhere? No, it isn't. Why isn't government not reacting to it? Why isn't the education minister reacting to it?
Right, absolutely,
And
ma'am.
it in fact happened even in Nizamabad also. It did happen. Oh, you would be surprised if somebody comes down to Telangana and goes to different districts these days, especially also to the Hyderabad constituency. There are multiple ways of such acts that happen in schools.
Right. Absolutely, ma'am. I'd like to thank you for joining us on NewsX, sharing your valuable insights and perspectives with us on such an important story. Ma'am, thank you for your time.